Whichever you want to play.
Not really. Interesting. Change music. Sorry, because huge ass thing for the 250. Two true nuclear waves, so ones or twos. Right? Pretty much always just. First solution.
Enemy force sighted on the horizon. Enemy cruisers.
So, delay? Yes.
Sighted. Concentrate fire on the designated target. Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
So this is actually like naval vessels. The one I saw was like flying ships and stuff.
Oh, Yeah. What was that? Was that Worlds Adrift, I think?
Smoke generator started. Smoke screen set. Critical engine damage. The ship is on fire. Problem solved, sir. Engine boost activated. All stations, reporting the position of a strategic target.
So what is the green with the white line?
It's a predictive shot for your torpedo. Of course, it takes so long for him to get there that it's best guess.
Attention, reporting the target position.
So if they combine this with World of Tanks.
So
and-
these are the same people that made World of Tanks.
I would say it looks very similar.
Yeah.
World of Tanks and War Thunder.
No, World of Tanks and World of Warplanes. And then there's another company that makes War Thunder, and theirs is like the same thing. They don't have the naval side; they're working on it, but theirs is all like integrated. You can go onto the battlefield, and you can be a tank, and then you can switch into being an airplane. Their whole shtick is that they want to get both or all three.
Engine
You
boost
guys doing like
deactivated.
some battlefield type stuff where you got boots on the ground type thing. You got a whole war experience.
Yep.
Kind of. So like,
Come on, hit him, hit him. Yeah, suck it.
Enemy destroyer sunk.
I do that like 10 more times. We're fine.
Our team has taken the lead.
Japan.
Yeah, I'm Japan. They have the best destroyers for torpedoes. America has the best destroyers for guns. My rudder's disabled right now.
I was lucky.
Yeah, it kind of helped me there. Oh, what, the torp or the
The
guy missing the bombing?
the rudder just steering you right in between the two of those.
Yep. All in all, there's all kinds of different damage you can take, and that one I don't mind so much, depending on what's going on, because at least it doesn't have me going in a straight line.
Right. Is there a cooldown for like
Our team
hair?
has taken the lead.
Cooldown for what?
Repair.
Yeah. So if you watch the predictive line, it's going to my right, so that guy's turning, so I overcompensated, hoping that he'll be there at the right time.
Oh,
But
so the
he turned
white
away.
line. The white line is because you switch targets. So
Yeah, so
that's
the
all-
white line in the middle is like what you're aiming at. The cone, the
Right.
white cone is the spread of your torpedoes. Ooh, I might have got him. Nope, it looks like he's gonna get between them.
All stations reporting the position of
'Cause
a
I can-
strategic target.
I can make the spread smaller, which is good when you're way up close.
Right.
Our victory is in sight.
Attention, reporting the target position.
He's just out of range.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
So what are the looks like badges or medals on the right that pop up?
The upper right?
Obliged.
Above your map. When you get a hit, like one of them would. light
Oh,
up.
so you'll see they appear in the like the top right too. So, you know, if you do certain things, like generally if you hit somebody with a torpedo, especially if you hit them with more than one, you do more than 50% of their damage to them. So you get a badge called Devastating Strike. And, you know, at the end of the match, those badges give you like extra money or extra XP.
Right.
And then the things, the gray one in the upper left, and the right in the upper left is how many hits I've gotten. The next one is captures. The third one is fires. The fourth one is incapacitations, like how many modules I've knocked off of somebody, guns, engine, whatever. The next row, the red one is how many ships I've sunk. The blue one is how many floodings I've caused. Usually by hitting a torp, you cause them to flood.
Right.
Fire and flooding do damage over time. It's like they last for like a minute. If they don't repair it, then it hurts them. And then the last one is the aqua is how many torp hits I've gotten.
Engine boost activated.
And they've only got one ship left, and we've got
So, looks
7, 8.
like well decided at this point.
Yeah. So then they have, like, I'm trying to level up my destroyer so I can get into the next tier, which is 7. I'm on 6 right now. I'm also trying to do the same thing with my cruiser and my battleship.
Oh. Let me open that.
A lot of people like battleships because you get the big numbers. You'll be hitting somebody. You can use HE rounds or AP rounds, and there's what's called a citadel hit, which is when you hit in the right spot. Maybe you hit, you know, an ammo storage area or, you know, whatever,
Right.
and you cause massive amounts of damage. So it's kind of like being the sniper. Everybody wants that headshot, but you have to be a battleship to get it. Usually.
Right.
And I have to say, I'm not very good at it, but when it happens, it is pretty satisfying to shoot somebody once and have them blow up. It happens a lot when a battleship hits a cruiser.
Yeah. Hit the bomb farm, they call it.
Yeah. Oh, there's also, as you can see, as you saw, aircraft carriers. I think I've tried
Yeah.
them twice. It's like a whole different game playing an aircraft carrier.
I was say, I was like, how do they?
Yeah,
Just
so instead of
they're
seeing what we see here, like, you know, looking
yeah.
at the water and stuff, the mini map kind of expands, and then you're just playing over the mini map and you're controlling all your planes and stuff. And you move your ship by clicking on the mini map, and it kind of just drives there on its own.
Stations.
But then with the planes, you can tell them, you know, you say, okay, well, I'm going to line up over here, and then you can, like, I think it's right click and drag, and that'll line up their vector for dropping their torps or their bombs or whatever else. So it's kind of like a nice little mini game or something.
Yeah. It'd be definitely a break from the like monotony of.
Yeah. I've seen, and some people are really good with them. Torps, I mean, not speaking from experience, but speaking from reading and movies and stuff like that, torps in this game have an arming range. So if you shoot them super close, you know, they'll just bang into the hull or go under even. But I've seen some guys with some of the torp planes, and they just, man, they are just fucking surgical with that shit. It's unbelievable to me.
Just practice.
Yep. A lot of people have been playing this game for a very long time. I have spurts. I'll go through a month where I play it real heavy, and then I don't play it anymore for like 6 months. So you'll notice on the minimap there's a guy who's pink.
Yeah.
So in some sort of previous match, he
Enemy force detected.
did too much friendly fire. So the game marked him as pink so that people know that he, in some time in the past, I think it's like hour, has done significant damage to a teammate. Because some guys will come in and they'll just start blowing up their own team.
They don't have like a auto kick function.
Well, yeah, but you can still do it. Like, a lot of people in destroyers, like a lot of people who want to do it in the destroyers because the torps are so slow. So they'll just wait until everybody's in front of them. They'll just launch as many torps as they can. And then the game will kick them when the torps hit the first guy, but the torps are still going. You know, they might hit the next guy and the third guy, and then that team is screwed. They just had 2 or 3 guys taken out, and then they lose the 4th guy because he gets kicked, and then it's, you know,
Right.
5 against 12.
Oh, so once your ship's done, you're done?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
The
And you'll,
respawn up.
on the mini map, you'll see them turn solid gray when they get blown up. If they're an outline, like there's a white one that's outlined down below, that's the last known position that somebody saw them in. But when they turn a solid gray, that means they're dead. And if you're right behind a guy who dies, you can actually hit his hull while he's sinking. Or, you know, if your torps are behind it or things like that. Like, it doesn't just automatically disappear. It takes like 30 seconds to a minute to get out of the way. So, yeah, it's a lot of little things that make the game kind of interesting.
You know, it's a sudden reef.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's been a couple of times where I've shot torps at somebody and then they get blown up, and then the torps hit their hull and don't do any good, and don't continue on to the guy behind them or anything like that, which would be preferable.
Right. They kept it realistic. I mean, I've
Yeah.
never been in
Yeah.
a kind of battle
Right.
IRL.
I'm gonna try to punch this guy.
Trying to go over the island.
Yep. Just made it too. I wasn't sure myself. It's too spread though, it won't hit him. It might flake him a bit, but it won't do a lot. I think it was behind him.
Enemy
Enemy destroyer detected. Enemy cruiser detected.
Ooh, see, somebody got a Citadel hit on him. You'll see half his life disappears with one shot. So somebody hit him in the sweet spot. And then that's an American destroyer, or a Russian destroyer. You can see it just launch an HE into him. They're good at that.
AT.
HP, or HE, sorry, high explosive.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
Our team has taken the lead.
Yeah, I don't do good with non-respawning type games.
It can be annoying, that's for sure.
Well, especially for like a beginner, like you don't know what they're doing. I guess they're gonna rank you against.
Yeah, I mean, I'm playing on rank 5. You know, there's 10 ranks, so when you're a beginner, ships are smaller. You only get placed usually with people around your level. Not to say, I mean, since it's a game, there's skill to it too. So, you know, you get the guy who's like, well, you know what, I haven't played any German ships, so he starts off with the rank 1 German ship,
Right.
and he'll come down, and since you've never played before, yeah, he'll just wreck you because he knows what he's doing, even if it is just a rank 1 ship. Now this idiot is gonna run into me. So that smoke that you see is something that a destroyer can put down. It breaks cover, or breaks visual. Ooh, that guy's dead. So this map in particular is one of the older maps, and it's pretty fun in that where C is, that little area right there is called Torpedo Alley. Whenever this map is played, all the destroyers will rush over there and start throwing torps up and down.
Yeah.
Ships will go in and just get wrecked.
Our victory is in sight.
Enemy battleship detected.
This is a slow game. Red has not pushed much.
Detected.
So if you see that shot, I got 1 non-penetration, so my AP round didn't go through, and I got 1 ricochet, so that didn't even do any damage.
Enemy destroyer sighted. Enemy destroyer detected.
Our victory is in sight.
Man, I didn't do anything this fucking round.
Our victory is in sight.
That would have been a really good play.
Ooh, is that Arizona gonna eat some torps? 1, 2. Oh, you managed to get that. Yep, come here, buddy. Yep, this game's over and I didn't do anything. $200 experience.
Worth it.
Yeah. Alright.